Yeah, hi there, Aleja, and I am Michael Buckoff. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And I'm just hanging out at home on the weekend, but I'm always doing work with my students, and I noticed at my Voxy Pop discussion group that you posted Integrated Speaking Practice Test number 1. So let's go ahead and listen to it.
The reading passage talks about how advertising influences people's decisions. For example, politicians need more recognition. They need to show who they are so people can vote for them. There are two ways in which advertising can help to this politician. First, by a 30-second TV commercial that informs people, and second, by billboards and radio that influence people to vote for or against. In the same way, students in the listening passage agree with what the reading passage says, and also they add one more influence. This is the economic influence. For example, when consumers want to buy a particular product, he can make an unconscious decision just by seeing the product in an advertising. He can be conditioned to buy a particular brand of toothpaste just in that.
My first recommendation after having listened to your integrated speaking practice test is before you get to the reading passage, use a topic statement that will frame both the reading and the listening. For example, the reading passage discusses the political effects of advertising, and the listening passage talks about its economic effects. Do that. Now, your response allows you now to talk about the reading first and then the lecture second. So you went directly to the reading without a topic statement to frame your whole response.
It's about how advertising influences people's decisions.
Now, when you talk about the reading, you say this: the reading passage discusses how advertising affects people's political behavior. You want to make sure you mention politics right in the beginning there so that the IBT human raters know that you understand the purpose of the reading passage.
For example, politicians need more recognition. They need to show who they are. So
you said, for example, politicians, but I think the big idea is the politician or the politics of it.
People can vote for them. There are two ways in which advertising can help to this politician.
Now, that was a good sentence. There are two ways. That's an effective sentence because it makes it easy for the listener to understand the connection of what comes after that back to what you just said.
By a 30-second TV commercial that informs people, and second, by billboards and radio that influence people to vote for or against.
You want to say influence. Now, I liked the grammar. You said by plus prepositional phrase. You said by again. So those two prepositional phrases, that was definitely parallel in how you did that. So those are some good grammar control that you're doing.
In the same way, students in the listening passage.
How about just say similarly?
Agree with what the reading passage.
But I would say not in the same way. I would say in addition, the listening passage discusses the economic effects of advertising on people's behaviors, something like that.
And also they are one more.
So it's taken you too long to get to that next point, so you need to be more concise in how you explain that idea. Now, if you go to the grammar part of my course, I do have a lesson near the end. It's called Being More Concise. I can't remember the lesson number right now, but if you go to my grammar section, Aleja, go near the end of that section for the lesson titled Being More Concise. Sometimes you're a little bit wordy in how you present your ideas.
Influence. This is the economic influence. For example, when consumer...
You want to say consumer? No, when a consumer. That's a word stress issue right there. So if you need a little bit more help with word stress, go to the pronunciation area in my course and study the lessons entitled Word Stress. But I would say consumer, not consumer.
Buy a particular product, he can make an unconscious decision just by seeing the product in an advertising. He can be conditioned to buy a particular brand of toothpaste just in that.
Okay, so let's take a look at the rubrics now. So, as I pointed out, you had some problems with delivery, some minor problems. Language use. I thought your language use was very, very, very strong. You have very good control of your vocabulary and your grammar. I think topic development, as I pointed out, I think you need a better introduction, and you can improve a little bit in that area. So your score here, I'm going to put you at about 2.83 out of 4, or 22 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for completing that.